Police say they have arrested the man who stabbed to death 4 University of Idaho students.
Yes, the suspect taken into custody today in Pennsylvania. Investigators are sharing new information about what they've uncovered with this arrest. Fox 10's Mark Martinez joins us now with the latest. Mark.
Yeah, what a major break in this case after so long. Those students were killed nearly 2 months ago. And today's arrest came as a big shock to many people, including the residents in the Moscow community, who tell us they are just relieved that a suspect is now behind bars. Authorities say they've arrested this man on charges of first-degree murder in the case of 4 University of Idaho students stabbed to death nearly 7 weeks ago. Police tracked down 28-year-old Bryan Christopher Kohberger 2,500 miles away in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
No arrest will ever bring back these young students. However, we do believe justice will be found through the criminal process.
Kohberger has been on the loose since the early morning hours of November 13th, when the bodies of Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogen, Kaylee Goncalves, and Ethan Chapin were found at the women's rental home near campus. Autopsies showed the 4 were likely asleep when they were stabbed multiple times. Some had defensive wounds, but authorities report there was no sign of sexual assault.
Nothing we do can bring them back. The only thing that we can do in law enforcement to honor their memories that we know of is to bring this to a successful conclusion.
Residents of Moscow, Idaho expressed frustration that police took so long to even name a suspect, but some crime experts are praising the investigation.
The police played it the way they were supposed to play it. In other words, they didn't just opine on things that they didn't have. They were working on evidence, and that was a very complicated crime scene.
And Kohberger is actually listed as a PhD student in the Department of Criminal Justice at Washington State University in Pullman, just across the border. It's about a 15-minute drive from the crime scene.
Wow.
Yeah, Mark, you know that area really well. You went to school at Washington State, which is really close, right?
Yeah, I went to school where the suspect goes to school, and I also lived in Moscow, and I did that commute. It's about roughly the distance between ASU downtown Phoenix and ASU Tempe. And a lot of the students between those 2 campuses, they do mix often at some of the bars in town. In fact, the bar where the victims were the night that they were killed is one of the most popular in Moscow, and it was very frequent that you'd have students from Wazoo over there as well. We don't know, though, any connection between the suspect and the victims at this point. The police would not give that information up today as far as what may be a possible motive in this case.
Yeah, there's very little they can say at this point. Okay, Mark, thank you.